Okay. The first time that I saw numbers on network marketing, uh, I asked, and I don't know if I told the story. I told the story. I called many ads after reading a book, and one of those ads that I called, I talked to a guy, and he said, "Okay, I'm going to send you a video and some tools as soon as possible, some brochures." By the way, we don't have to send videos, anything like that. We send a link, but this was in 1992, or 91, 92. And then the guy was in California. And I say, okay, cool. And how long do you think it's taking? Well, I'm gonna send it 2 days, priority mail. Remember, many people used to use priority mail in the past. I don't know if people use a lot of mail. And then I say, okay, it's gonna take a couple of days. I was thinking he's sending it from California, etc. And that was probably I was talking to the person like at noontime. Like at 4 o'clock, there's a knock at the door, and there's a guy with a big envelope. I'm thinking, I was living in Florida, by the way. This was in 1992. There was no Amazon Prime that give you every day. And this guy was in the door the same day. And then the guy said, here, Stuart Brody was the person that I called. Here, Stuart Brody told me to give you a video. I happen to live here. He called me. He found out that we live in the same town. He lived only like 2 miles away from where I was living. And the guy would give me this package that had brochures of the products, has a couple of samples, etc. And they had a video, and they said the video explained the business. And the video was a business presentation by a guy called Mark Barrett. That was the upline of the guy that I talked to. Mark Barrett was one of the top income earners there. And with the package comes a photocopy of his check. Now, he was getting paid monthly. Was $110,000 in 1992 or 91. Mark Barrett is a multi-millionaire today. I think he's living in San Diego right now. But anyway, I've been trying to get him here, but he's too comfy right now. By the time you know him, he was the outline of the person that I called, and my outline eventually. And as soon as I got the video, I put it on my VHS. Anybody know what a VHS is? I put it on my VHS. And then there's this guy, just like you see me, that was the video for over an hour. And he has a whiteboard back there, and then he turn around and write down, and he said, this business is so powerful. You bring five, they bring five, 25, 125, 625, 3,125, 15,000, and then the last number that he had was 75,000 people. And if those 75,000 people, 90% of them quit, you have still $7,500, and you make over $10,000 a month. And it was, wow! That part of the video blew my mind. I mean, he talks about the company, and he has some testimonials. Brian Nora, a very good friend of mine that maybe you're going to see him soon here, because I think I didn't know at the time he was just in a video. He was one of the testimonials. And I was thinking, holy cow, the numbers. I watched that video, the whole video, probably 3 times that day. And the part of the numbers that was like 30 minutes, he got later into explanation of the pay plan. That was really complicated, by the way, because then in the package that I have, there was a booklet that was 50 pages explaining the pay plan, a booklet. But I fall in love with the whole thing on network marketing, mostly because the numbers. You bring five, they bring five, and say, wow, that's amazing. The thing that the pay plan didn't work that way, because they have in order to start getting money from so many people in your organization, they have so many darn qualifications. A pay plan kind of similar to where Kimberly was, or anybody that was in the older companies like Mary Kay, Amway, Nuskin. That was Nuskin, by the way. The Cash, Shackley, etc. But anyway, this was for me a wake up. Now, move years ahead. I found binary, and I couldn't get it. And it was just one on the left, one on the right, because it was too simple. In my head was the confusion, not the confusion, I don't want to see confusion, but the complexity of the older plans. And suddenly I couldn't get it until in my head say, hold on a second, binary is the base of all the numbers. For those of you that have in some way in informatics, on computing, etc., just to give you an idea, when they send these capsules to the space looking for some advanced intelligence, open it up and connect with them, they use binary. Use 0, 1. 0, 1 is the only two numbers. A different combination means something. Means a word, means a number, means something. And the reason is because they assume any intelligent is going to decipher it very quick. Because there are only 0 and 1, two numbers in different combinations. And then when I said, simplicity, that's what we have. It's a simple pay plan. Now, if you, most people that have never seen the binary system, I'm not talking about the pay plan, but the binary system, the 0, 1, 1, 0, at first you are not going to get it. But as soon as you get it, say, holy cow, that's the base of everything. It's why they assume that these capsules or probes that we send to space with information about Earth, with pictures, etc., they have what is written is in a binary code, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. I don't know if you have seen the space movies. At the bottom, you see numbers going. Sometimes they are only zeros and ones and zeros. For most people, don't make sense, but that's the basic binary. When you understand it, you say, oh, I got it. Well, here we have something really even simpler than the binary system that they say to space, or the base of the computer world, or the base of language even, in many ways. I'm going to go into that because this is so darn cool. Let me share my other screen. Actually, let me put the camera off because that distracts me. All right. All right. You see, I've probably been working a lot with those numbers. Okay, let me unplug this because that, okay. All right, I'm sure you can see it because I can see it in my other screen. Can you see it, by the way, in case? You can say yes, or sí, or we, or da, any language. Can you see it, the screen? Okay, I don't
Yes.
hear anybody. Oh, okay, okay, cool. For a second, I thought I may be unplugged, disconnected. All right. All right, let me use green color. I'm going to change for green today. All right. This is you. And you're sponsored by your upline. I'm going to change color, your sponsor. All right. Now, at this point, the pay plan is like any other pay plan. Okay, very simple. But now, here, a different for any plan, you have only two lines or two legs, like we call it. You have a left and a right. You sponsor everybody in those left and right. One of the things that I was confused because I was coming with a plan that I have all the people in one line. Okay, where do I put this? If I sponsor two, yeah, okay, left and right. I sponsor somebody else. Where do I put it? A person, whatever you need it. And I sponsor a person here, my next person here, or here. This is the other thing that's cool. My upline has to build two legs too. He or she, in this case, he is sponsoring one leg, and the other leg is where I am. Guess what? Keep sponsoring people, but also may sponsor somebody under me. That's what is called a spillover. Now, I have it in red because it was not sponsored by me. The cool thing that the volume counts for the pay plan. That never happened in other plans. In other words, the person, any orders that come, any volume that comes from this, it counts. And let me tell you what's so important. When you have one on the left and one on the right, you create two banks. Let's call it left bank. By the way, let me differentiate. Everything here is left. And here we have the left bank and the right bank. Okay, everything that come on this side, even the people that are coming inside, etc., is your left leg. Everything that come in the other side, including the people that are coming inside the other people, is your right leg. That means that somebody here, very deep, start putting tons of volume, that counts for this bank. The same here. Doesn't matter where the person comes. Even the volume that's coming from the people that you didn't sponsor, like this red guy. That every time, and we get paid unlimited levels. Unlimited. As a matter of fact, let me write it in red because that unlimited. Unlimited. Let me repeat it again. Doesn't matter how deep the volume comes, is counted. And it start accumulating in this bank. And as soon as we have 600 points in one bank and 300 in the other one, or the other way around, could be 300 and 600. This is what is called, 900, it's called cycle. And every time this happens, we get paid between $35 and $45. The difference is when you have 10 people that you personally sponsor, that could be customers and brand ambassadors combined, you get paid $45. But every time again that happens, 600, 300, or 300, 600, you get paid. That's why we can get paid unlimited levels. Many people say, oh, it's impossible that you can pay unlimited. The company is going to break. That's the magic of the cycles. Let me tell you why. When you cycle, you don't cycle at the same time that somebody else, because the 600, 300 can happen at a different minute or a different hour. And that's why they can go unlimited. Of course, there's a limit up to 27,000 a week. That's the most that you can earn in this part of the plan. By the way, for those of you that want to know how much that's 52 weeks, it give you 1.4 million. Now, and this is you, this part is you. Now, the sponsor is in red, you are the green one. That means that you can earn up to $27,000 a week. Now, what qualification do you need? This is what you need. One person that you personally sponsor on your left, and one person that you sponsor on your right that are active. The more people you sponsor, obviously, the faster or the closer you are to create this goal. But what I mean, the only qualification is that you are a qualified brand ambassador. In other words, you have one on the left and one on the right that you personally sponsor. What other people personally sponsor doesn't count for the qualification. Counts for the volume. Remember, the volumes count, everything. That means that you have one on the left, one on the right, and you can earn already $27,000 a week. That's it. That's the pay plan. You never lose the volume. Never lose volume or people until you get paid the volume. Now, you get paid the volume he raised. But what I mean, if you don't qualify for some reason because you have tons of volume in one side, let's suppose that this leg, it has thousands, it has 6,000 points. This one has only 300. Now, remember, you get paid on 600 and 300. What the computer is, they take 600 points because that's the big leg, and now they are left 5,400 points, and you get paid here. Every time you use 300 points here, you get a cycle. Again, you get paid between $35 to $45. That's the pay plan. This is the binary side. And you never lose the volume again as long as you are active with those 60 points. Remember, we talked in the first part of the training about important to be on the active. And this is the pay plan. And this is the binary side. This is what, and you hear too, that it's called also, let's put it in black. It's called also team bonuses too. That's the way that we call it too. But that's it. Now we have other ways to make money. Usually I start with the other ways the first way to make money, but I want to make sure to understand why I was so excited when I understood this. Because you don't have limits, you don't have levels, no levels. I'm going to put it in different color. Hey, I love colors. No levels. That means that doesn't matter how deep the volume comes, it counts. The computer is looking for volume deep. And as soon as you have 600 on one side, 300 on the other side, or the other way around, 300 one side, 600 on the other side, caching. And you can have one cycle a day, one cycle every hour, one cycle every minute, up to $27,000. That, by the way, in cycles is 600 cycles. 600 cycles. It's really cool. You never lose your volume, unlimited levels, no blockages, because it's not based on rank. There are other binaries, because we are not the only binary, but they have a blockage somewhere based on rank. They tell you, okay, if you are, I don't know, 1 star, the most that you can make is 1,000 points, dollars. Even if you have 2 legs that are maxed out that you could make 27,000, they have blockages depending on your rank. We do not have any blockages. Amazing plan, and you can earn up to $27,000. Even if it has some blockages like the other plans, I would say binary is the best plan in the planet because you can go unlimited levels. But we don't have even a blockage. It's an open plan. Doesn't matter what company you talk to. Doesn't matter what company approach you. They do not have an open binary like we do, even other binaries. And the ones that are no binaries, they are limited to levels. And at the beginning of the month, you start with 0. If you don't qualify for the volume, you have to qualify every month again. Not the case here. I want to make sure that we have this in our brain. 600, 300, 300, 600. Nobody, I don't care. People say, well, our pay plan is better. Okay, let me, why? Do you have unlimited levels? Oh, you lose your volume. Oh, your upline put people under you. Oh, you don't have any of that? Gee whiz, sorry for you. Oh, we get paid weekly, by the way. Every week we get paid on this. The other companies get paid every month. And it's actually worse because in the company, like I said, the one that started, the month ended the 30th, and I didn't get paid until the 21st of the next month. I didn't get paid every month. But really, if you, it was a month and a half, basically, you had to wait after, it was about 21 days after the month ended, you had to wait. I don't know. I know today, I think some company have 2 weeks, but it's still once a month. We don't have that challenge. Cool. Cool. I'm going to go 2 more, and then I'm going to open to questions. All right. Now, I start backwards. I usually start with this one. Okay, we have retail. And retail is very simple. You share a link and you hear caching. You get paid $25. Oh, let me erase that. Okay. 25%, everybody buy the products, and you get paid the next day, except the days there are no banks. Now, one day I know with the blockchain that some banks are starting to adopt, you are going to get paid 24/7. But for now, that doesn't look like 25%. What the heck? Okay. Okay. All right, 25%. Next day, cool. As long as there are banks. For example, now if somebody buys today from you, you may not get paid tomorrow, but you're going to get paid on Monday. And the second one are PIBs. That means packages. It's product introduction bonus. Anytime somebody come to the package because they are brand new. This is for customers, no? This is customers. This is when you sponsor BAs. Then you get PABs. The package that they come, you get paid between the smallest one, I think, is $40 right now, all the way to $350. Actually, you can make more than that if a person buy a package, more products, you get more. But this is the packages. And you get paid this one weekly. That's really quick. Remember, I used to get paid once a month. Now, the week ended tomorrow, every Sunday at midnight Mountain Time. and then get paid the coming Friday. In other words, the week ended tomorrow night, excuse me, and then Friday, you get an email or a message saying you got paid. That's so cool. And let me go to one more, and this I close with this one, and I open. This is my favorite, and the reason is because I never had this before, and this is called the matching bonus. Matching bonus. So cool and so simple. The computer is going to keep track of every person that you bring in. Doesn't matter if the person comes under, you sponsor that person and it's in your tree. Just to, let me move this a little place here. Okay. No, doesn't matter. Let's suppose you're building 2 legs and then you sponsor a person very deep here. But the computer keep a track of everybody that you sponsor, and everybody that you sponsor is called L1. It's every person that you personally brings into your team. This is you, and you're bringing people. All of them are considered L1. Now, our tree looks like this, but the computer keeps tracks of everything because we are going to get another bonus. Every person that we sponsor is called L1. And they had the matching bonus. And this is brilliant. I don't know who thought about matching bonus years ago. Probably me. And let me tell you why I say probably me. No, it was not probably me. Other people thought about that. But years ago, probably in 2010, I wanted the company I was before to have something like this. A matching bonus that not only was on your personals, but every person that they bring based on what were earning. And let me tell you why it's so brilliant. Because not only like we saw in the volume before, people are putting volume, and the more volume they put, the more money you make, as long as it's in the 2 legs. But what if somebody exploded? You brought this person, and it's the only person that really is building the business. There are other ones that you're bringing, but only one. The company, the best way first of all, to reward you is to give a matching bonus. The company give you, and I have to put a different color here, between 20 to 30% matching. The difference is, remember we talked about when you sponsor 10 people that are active, that can be a combination of brand ambassador and customer. When you have 10, it's 30%. When you have like less than 10, it's 20%. But it's based on what the person is earning. And this is brilliant because they're rewarding you for what the person is earning. Now, this is the only one that's based on rank. You have to be at least 1 star. I'm not going to go much into 1 star today, how to get, but it's very simple. It's just make sure you watch the video of the 3-star because we want everybody to be 3-star, but it shows you the path. But anyway, 20% to 30%. That means that if this person that's here make, let's suppose, 10K in a week, or in a month, but it's in a week because it's a combination. We get paid weekly. You are going to get paid, let's suppose, 30%. I like to go to the highest one. You'll get paid 3K for you. The person, but this is for you. You get paid 3K. This paid weekly too, by the way. In other words, somebody make $10,000 or $1,000 or $100, you get paid up to 30%. And it's paid weekly. And this is the money that they are earning and the one that we just saw before. Oops. On this one. What if this person is cycle, I don't know, let's put 100 times cycles times 45. Let's put 35 just to get a lower number. 35 is $3,500 in a week. And if that person making, and you are the sponsor, you're making, let's suppose 30%. I like the big numbers. Then 30% of that, guess what? You're making $1,050 yourself. That's good to you because that person, this person that's here, you sponsor. You are the sponsor. Let's put a sponsor. You make $1,050. It's brilliant because it's rewarding for you for bringing a leader. But doesn't stop there. The people that they sponsor is your L2. Oops. L2. What it means is when they sponsor somebody, you get also, in this case, it's 15%. I put it in green, but that's okay. 15% of what they're earning. The people that they sponsor, the L2 sponsors is L3. The person that they sponsor is L4. The person that sponsor is L5, L6, and L7. On the L2 is 15%, and the L3 is 10%, and all of this is 5% on what they are earning. This is on every person that you sponsor. That's so cool. Let's put it like a business, a traditional business. I like to have this example. I have not done it in a while. I want to do it right now. For example, you have a little business. I'm going to put this business. It's like a little house. Okay. And you open this business. Actually, it doesn't look like a business. It looks mostly invest in real estate. By the way, apply too. I did that just a few days ago with some individual. Let's do a house. I mean, a business. This is the windows. And they have the door here. I don't know, but this is a business. And now your business is so successful that you start opening branches, small businesses. You have one here, you open another branch here, or you open franchises. And you are getting money of each franchise. And let's suppose that you make, I don't know, 30%, you charge them 30% of the sales, 30% one, 30% in the. How much it costs to open a business like that? Tons of money. And now they cannot open businesses. They cannot do this like we do in our pipeline here. It's like opening businesses, but much less expensive. You're bringing partners where you're getting 30%. And when they bring partners, you're getting 15% of what they're earning. It's like, again, like having a franchise. Anybody, you can write on the right side, have been in real estate? I came from the real estate world. Okay, this is an example in real estate. This was my broker. This is the broker. And then the broker has a lot of salespeople. I'm terrible drawing, as you see. And another one. And another one. I mean, and then the broker has what is called split commissions. They pay, let's suppose that's 80-20. What it means is that the real estate pay 80% and they give 20% to the broker. They're getting 80%. In our case, they're getting 100%. You just get a matching bonus. Well, let's suppose that's 70-30 because that would be closer to ours. And that's, by the way, for those of you that are in real estate, that's what I pay. Split commissions. And let's suppose that 70% goes to this guy or this woman and 30% goes to you. Here, they are sharing, they are splitting. We don't split. The person gets 100% of the commission. 100% of the commission. We just get a matching. This is an expense, a person of 30%. And you can have tons, and they can do the same thing. And they can do the same thing, and they can do the same thing. And we are getting into the L1s, 30%, L2s, 10%, L3s, excuse me, 15%, L3s, 10%, and L4 through L7, 50%. And it's much easier. And you can have it all over the country. You have an office, you are a broker, you just limit to the place where you have the license. Okay, this is the matching bonus. And I'm gonna get out of here because I want to see, what do you think? All right, Questions. Now's the time to ask questions about the most amazing, fabulous pay plan in the planet. Anybody has any questions or comments? Especially if you have been in business before. Hi, Dix. I think your microphone is open. I don't know you are asking a question. Yes, no? Oh, no, it was my mistake. All right. Okay, let's see. I'm going to ask people that have experience, and I know one of the person is starting to hide. She's in Chicago. I know I'm not going to see her name, but she's a star. Kimberly, I know
Joel?
you. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Who say
yeah.
something?
Yeah, it's BJ.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
BJ.
so I have okay. So I have a tax client. I do his bookkeeping, and he's in isogenics. And because he's in isogenics, I thought it was like a conflict of interest,
Mhm.
uh to prospect him. He knows I'm doing something else. I won't tell him what it is. And the reason I won't tell him what it is because I don't, I question his ethics. Okay. But I'm curious about that comp plan because I want to know if, because I see the patterns, when I do the books, and I want to know when you say that you have to buy a certain amount and blah, 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 there's some sort of quota or something. Do you understand how that comp plan works? And could you just share
Yes,
a little bit?
I made $8 million in that pay plan.
That's what I heard, but I
Okay.
didn't want to
And,
sit there and
and if
say
it's
so.
why I say if I made $8 million on that plan, this plan we are going to make 10 times that because they don't have the matching bonus that I'm talking about. And
Right.
they have a binary. That's one of the binaries. They have a left and right, but they have what is limit. You can make up to certain money, certain amount, and certain rank. If you want to go higher, do you have to go to a different rank? They do not have the matching bonus. Matching bonus doesn't exist like we have. Uh, and by the way, to connect with them or not, well, I think it's a good idea because I connect with somebody that was in Isogenic that her name is Christine Peterson. I don't know if you ever heard of her. And
Well, the thing is that there was something in the policies and procedures that I read
mhm,
initially, because before I signed up for anything, I read everything. And everybody was like, yeah, get in, tonight's the night, and all that. And I wanted to make sure that there was no mediation and no strange,
no.
weird stuff coming down the pipe. But thought I could swear I saw something about not prospecting people or drawing people away from
No,
business.
exactly what he said. You cannot target people talking derogatory of things about other companies and to
You,
try to sponsor. But yeah, you can talk to anybody. Remember, what are you in three? An employee or a 1099?
who, me?
Yeah, there
Well,
is
I'm
the
not.
answer. What I'm
Well,
saying,
yeah,
are you an independent contractor or an employee?
I'm not an employee.
You're an independent contractor. It's a 1099.
Well, it
He's the
is if
same.
you it is if you sign up as an individual, but I actually signed up as an entity
Okay,
so that
but
I
it's
wouldn't get
stay.
it.
Your
So I
entity
wouldn't get
is.
a 1099. But I understand what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah.
but even as a corporation or as a LLC, you are it's a separate independent. It's
Right.
independent. You don't have to have. You don't have to. We are not working to a salary. In other words, to the company. It's just
Right.
okay. And that's basically the same thing. There are the independent contractors, and independent contractors have the right to change. The same as a job, by the way. In a job, the same thing. If you're working with for a specific company, if somebody offer you a better job, better pay, it's a possibility that you leave.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I just, yeah,
Now here we are independent contractors. He or
correct.
she is not tied up at all with that
Okay.
other company, except
So,
as an independent contractor. Now, something important. He can't do both at the same time because it's very confusing
yep.
and that can cause problems. Now, you can do two companies at the same time, but as soon as you cross the line trying to get people in that other company too, you're in trouble. because you are
Well,
using
that's
other
what,
people. That's
well,
where the problem starts.
that's what he's doing. And it's like, why is he doing three businesses at once and trying to,
Three
I mean,
network marketing, three different network marketing companies.
yeah,
Yeah, you can't. I mean, you can do it, but you can't do it from the point of view you want to grow because you create confusion. And if he crossed the line, when I mean cross the line, as soon as he sponsors somebody that he didn't sponsor in another company, they cross the line, he is subject to termination
exactly.
because then you
So
are taking
that's
people
why
from
I didn't,
somebody else.
well, that's why I didn't want partly, that's why I did not want to bring him in. His work ethic is amazing. I mean, I'm watching a diamond work, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. But back to their pay plan.